Salam everybody and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to check out the most ruggedest smartwatch that I've had the opportunity to review. This is the Amazfit T-Rex Pro, the second generation Amazfit T-Rex, and of course now capable of providing us even more activities to track, a long battery life, oxygen level measuring, as well as the fact that it actually has up to 10 atmosphere of waterproof resistance. This is TK and this is my review of the T-Rex Pro from Amazfit. Let's check it out. Like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified to whenever we have new videos on the channel. So this is the T-Rex Pro. It's made by a company called Amazfit. We've done another video here obviously on the channel. I love using this watch specifically for its fitness tracking, but also because it nicely works with their smart scale that Amazfit does also sell. This is called the Amazfit T-Rex Pro, second generation. You'll kind of see the T-Rex there. And one of the reasons why they call it T-Rex is because this is supposed to be a monster of a smartwatch or a fitness tracker in a smartwatch body. The OS that we have in here is actually called the RTOS, directly from Amazfit, and it runs really nicely. We have a very nice long battery, 390 milliampere batteries, that can be rated up to 18 days, although with my usage for the last 3 weeks, I've been getting roughly about 10 days out of the first 2 initial charges. And right now, we're literally down to about 9% on my third charge. And again, about 10 days is roughly what I've been able to get. The overall measurement here is a 22 millimeter style watch, a 1.3 inch display here. It's an HD AMOLED display, 360 by 360. We do have support for always on display. As I mentioned to you guys at the beginning, up to 10 atmosphere of protection or waterproofing in water, temperature protection all the way up to 70 Celsius and all the way down to minus 40 Celsius. So really good protection from high temperatures and low temperatures, saltwater resistance, as well as ice. So this is literally going to be the watch that you can take it. And if you had to kind of remember back in the days when Casio used to make those really ruggedized watches, this is pretty much what I'm getting here. A very heavy nostalgia look at a very ruggedized smartwatch that fits on my wrist. And not only that, this also does night tracking, so basically sleep tracking as well as up to 100 different sport activities that are categorized and built into this watch. Now, as far as what we get in the box, we get the instruction manual that explains to us obviously how to use it, but also how to download the ZEP app, which essentially is needed to customize the watch, but also be able to actually use some of those functionalities. And of course, the charger, that's a standard USB Type A to 2-pin connector. It is magnetic and it does connect directly to the watch. Now, it's also nicely magnetized on the back so that you actually can put it under your desk and maybe wrap it around one of the stands that hold your desk up. As long as it's made out of metal, it will connect to it. All you have to do is match the 2-pin connector next to the sensors at the bottom, and of course, magnetically connects, and you'll be able to start charging it as soon as you plug it into anything. So right there. Now, it does charge from 0 to 100% in about an hour, so it's definitely not the longest time. And of course, could last you all the way up to 18 days, depending on the usage that you've been using. For me, again, roughly about 10 days, solid 10 days performance on the Amazfit T-Rex Pro. And of course, I've been using it directly with my smartphone, and you do need to download and install the ZEP app, ZEPP app. Now, this is Amazfit's most granular type of basically fitness tracking app that you can get on a smartphone, and it works great. So I have it connected right now to both my scale. You'll notice right there, it's asking me to charge the watch because it's below 10%. And of course, it also works with their watches. So Amazfit, and you can see here under my profile, I've used it with the T-Rex Pro, the GTS2 Mini, as well as the GTS2, which we've done a video on for you guys before. And as far as the setup on the app is pretty simple. You get your steps, your sleep tracking, your heart rate monitoring, your PIA, basically your daily goals, your weight management, and again, I haven't weighed myself today, body score, and of course, last time of reaching standard, consecutively. So basically, your goals essentially on how you're doing, and of course, you have different ability of checking different options in here. You also have a nice little shortcut here to be able to jump into different activities and then check all of the other options here that you can actually customize, and of course just add them or just make them part of your shortcuts right there. Now under the Enjoy tab, we can actually set alarm clock, event reminders, find my device, watch face, swimming plan, of course weight holding by baby. This is obviously for different users, so it has more options that I probably cannot use. Guest mode, relatives and friends. This is for the scale. And then target setting and incoming call and information, app alerts, vibration mode, unlock screen, of course, and of course, balance ability. The last thing here, this is where you'll be able to customize and update your watch. You have the ability of jumping in directly into it. It says that it's charging 12% now. Again, it was 9% just a second ago. We can access the actual Amazfit store to download additional watch faces. So there's a lot of watch faces that we can download and then sync up directly into the watch. Notification and reminders, this is where we'll be able to connect it. Health monitoring, you can customize the different information. Of course, all the health, heart rate monitoring and stuff. Now, enabling more features obviously will enable some things, I guess I would say, that use more battery, so just be aware. But again, I had all of my options turned on, and still within 10 days I was able to kind of make sure to keep using it. Find My Watch, activity, heart rate, charging, sharing here, real-time data, and basically binding limit in the run in background. Now, activity sharing here, this is if you want to share with another Amazfit user. This is not with other systems. Now, as far as system update, I did receive one update, or I think I want to say almost 2 updates since I've had the device. You can go about, and of course, if you want to remove it, you just unpair it, and it will remove it from your profile. You can rename it here, as you can notice right there. I named mine T-Rex, essentially, the TK Rex Pro. And of course, you can go in and customize your profile and add a whole bunch of different things. But literally, this is going to be the place where you keep all your information. So heart rate here, you can go weeks, months, and of course, year. I haven't had it that long, but essentially you can see here how long I've been tracking my information. I've used it with different apps, so that's one of the main benefits. Sleep tracking, as you can imagine, definitely tracks all the different sleep, all the different activities, deep sleep and so on, and it works very nicely. It's very light for what it looks like, even though it's ruggedized. It definitely does not feel like you're wearing a watch all the time. Step counting is pretty straightforward, same thing, weeks, months, and then of course year. You could definitely see some of the days where we were on vacation. We decided to go walk in San Diego at the zoo. I did a video for that a couple of days ago. And of course, all of that data syncs very nicely directly to the watch. If you're using the scale, it also does connect via Wi-Fi to that, so it uploads the data to the Amazfit servers and then download it directly onto your system. And of course, you're able to go in there and check your weight depending on where you actually scale. So you notice right there, I haven't measured myself today, but I've been basically working on losing some weight. And of course, with Ramadan being around, that was something that was definitely on my goals. And you can kind of see how history works, and you can track your information. Now, the watch itself is a little bit on the thicker side, but you do get navigation buttons. So you have an up and down, a select, and a back. So short answer is, if you're on the main screen, you click once, you'll turn on the display. Click again, takes you straight into the activities tracking. And you can go through and then just definitely check out the different modes. Again, up to 110 different modes. They even actually have tracking to this one mode that I found that is really, really interesting. And it's actually driving, that you can actually track a drive. So although it's not technically exercise, but it does actually keep track of how long the distance, and it uses GPS to keep sure that your tracking information is correct. On the main home screen, you have access to the notification panel, so turn on the flashlight, automatic brightness, of course, vibration mode, do not disturb, settings, theater mode, and then lastly, battery saving mode. Tells you the time and date, and of course, if you swipe up from the bottom, you have access to the different information, the weather, all of those things are all back here. On the left, if you swipe, you get notifications. Now, there's no notifications right now, but typically what you get from the notifications here is just essentially a short message. We don't have a way of responding, so that's one thing to keep in mind. One of the reasons why I mentioned that this is more of a fitness tracker and a smartwatch body than it is a smartwatch. Notifications are pretty much limited to just telling you that there's a notification, and you still need to access the phone to get the notifications from there. Hitting the back button just takes us straight into the apps, and this is pretty straightforward. You have access to the PIA, the heart rate monitoring, the SpO2, obviously oxygen level, workout mode, workout records. You can actually jump into those, and those are things that you can check directly on the watch. So you can see right there when I did my drive, it was a 13-minute drive. You can actually access it. It tracks my swimming, it tracks my walking sessions. All of those things are easy and very simple to track. You can see them directly within the actual app store or application drawer here. Workout status, stress level, also very nice. You can actually check it and see how your stress level is doing. It does measure it actively. Activity goals, you can go in there, and obviously it does the rings as we're typically seeing. Last thing here, we have obviously weather. It does sync that from the watch, from the phone, alarm, compass, barometer, stopwatch, timer, events, music player for controlling music directly off your phone. It does not allow us to sync it. Find My Phone notifications, of course, and settings, pretty straightforward, all the information that you can imagine. Again, this does have GPS, and it works great for tracking runs, walks outside, or even driving, as I showed you. It has a lot of different functionalities to track. So the T-Rex Pro is truly trying to feed into that name, the T-Rex, a very strong, a very ruggedized smartwatch, or at least fitness tracker in a smartwatch body, to give us all of the tracking that we need. I think the Zepp app from Amazfit is absolutely one of the best fitness apps that we can get on our smartphones because of the level of detail that we can get from it. You can not only initiate activities from it, but you can also track and use other smart devices like their smart scale that they also sell. For me, that was something that was a very unique experience because tracking my data on here is one part. But since I do my weighting once a week, or I weigh myself once a week, I like to be able to keep track of that data also in the same app so that I can actually get all of my information aggregated in one simple system. The battery lasts us literally about 10 days, solid 10 days for me, at least with my usage and consistent notifications. Although we can't respond to the notifications, at least we're able to see them, so that at least gives us the ability of knowing if do I want to take out my phone and basically check it. For me, overall, fitness tracking, going out for walks, going for a swim, just all around, sleep tracking, even any of those things work absolutely flawlessly on the Amazfit Zep app. If you're looking for a smartwatch for the right price that offers a lot of features, I feel like the TRX Pro is the right smartwatch or fitness watch that you can get in 2021. I think Amazfit did a really, really nice job, and this is again more focused into the ruggedized version, so there's nowhere, I would say don't worry about basically banging this against the wall. This again reminds us of all the old Casio G-Shock watches where basically you could just throw anything at them and the things just kept going. This is definitely there. Lightweight, easy to use, and of course navigation buttons, so you don't have to just rely on gestures. You could definitely feel exactly the experience that you want to get there. Like and subscribe as usual. Thank you very much for the support, and thank you to Amazfit for sending me this unit to check it out. But I'll give you guys some links in the description below if you'd like to check it out yourself. This is TK. I'll see you guys in the next one.